Thank you, Tommy. Well, our first guest is Mr. John Mulaney.
John, how are you?
How are you, Tom?
Very good now.
Nice to see you.
Fred, what chat show do you do? Do you have a type of a chat show thing on Netflix?
Yeah, I've done. I did one called Everybody's in LA. That was a 6-night marathon, kind of celebrating the city of Los Angeles. Then we just did a 12-episode weekly run called Everybody's Live. Pretty much the same show, just not night after night.
Is there a chat show component to it or something?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And a call-in segment. So we take a lot of calls, talk to people, and then we did kind of whatever else we wanted.
What's the attraction of the chat show format to you?
Little aspects of different ones were attractive. The whole thing together was sort of interesting, but I liked having callers. We had a topic on each episode. I liked the LA one a lot because we got in just to the city. It was a very deep dive into the city for 6 nights straight.
And who did you have on the LA one?
The LA one?
Yeah.
We had on a hypnotist named Carrie Gaynor. We had, Marcia Clark, a prosecutor from the O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh, how's she doing these days?
She's doing quite well. She's doing really well. Her batting average is great, all told. We had David Letterman on, friends of mine like Bill Hader, Pete Davidson.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of people. Los Lobos, Beck.
Goodness, wow.
John Cale.
John Cale, oh my God.
Yeah.
Were you in any way intimidated by talking to Dave Letterman?
Oh, sure. But we were so trying to be Shaggy that I wasn't really worried about the quality of the interview. I was just intimidated to be around him. Yeah.
When you say Shaggy now, what is that?
You know that thing
How does Shaggy manifest?
where you pretend not to care, so you're saying to the audience, hey, don't worry if this fails, because I certainly don't care, but you do deeply care, that kind of move.
So what kind of questions did you ask him? I'm just curious about the
questions were topic-based. So we had topics like cruise ships, coyotes. We talked about the palm tree shortage coming to Los Angeles, which is a real problem. Really is. They're not native. They were planted in the 1920s for atmosphere, and they're dying, and the Olympics are coming, and we don't know what to do. So the questions tended to, David Letterman, have you ever been attacked by a coyote? John Cale, have you had major surgery recently? Questions like that.
Good questions.
Yeah.
And when you opened the phone lines, what happened?
Oh, it was great. Being in the RTE building, I was very inspired by Joe Duffy and talked to Joe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The quality of the call, the quality of the person, the tenor of the call that Talk to Joe would have was what I was after, which is very mundane.
And did people in Los Angeles get the reference when you said, I wanted to be like...
I don't know if I said Joe Duffy or the words Talk to Joe in a Netflix meeting, but I certainly had it in the back of my head.
So the phone calls were...
So if the caller had a great story, I tended to weed them out. I wanted someone with sort of a mid-level point of view on the topic. I really liked that more than someone would say, we have someone who was attacked by a coyote during their wedding, and the coyote ripped their jacket apart and it revealed they had a second phone and they were cheating on the wife. I go, no, none of that. I just want someone who seen
saw
a coyote
from a car.
Yeah, saw a coyote from a car.
a kind of a Samuel Beckett type of chat show. An anti-interesting.
Exactly, Samuel Beckett.
Wow.
Art does not dwell in clarity. That was strange you say that. That was a big...
And are you going to do more?
I'm not sure. When, yes. Yes, we'll do more, but I don't know when. I'm on tour now for a long, long time.
Who's at home when you go on tour?
Who's in my home?
Yeah, who's at home? Yeah,
no one.
Who do you leave? Nobody?
No, my wife and my 2 kids come with me pretty much to every city. So it's been very fun to have. I have an 18-month-old and a 4-year-old son. 18-month-old daughter, 4-year-old son.
How does that work in terms of being on the road with you?
So far, great.
Really?
Yeah, it's exciting.
And you're dying to get out of the hotel room?
No, it's much more fun to fold them into the tour and bring my son backstage and have the kids around than it is to leave and come back. Because these two, I go out for 4 or 5 nights a week, and it would just get too...
Wow, so kind of like a circus family.
100%.
Wow.
And they, you know, they get to know the hotel people, and they think it's their home, and then we, you know, they're confused, and then we tell them that it's not their home, and it's all great.
Was there any dilemma in organising that? Were you second-guessing yourself at all? It sounds ideal. A lot of comics would be going...
It was a bit trial and error of, you know, once my son was born, maybe I do a weekend 5 nights in a row, and I thought, this isn't good. Neither Olivia nor I liked being apart or liked, you know, having my son not see me for that long.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, there's an age where they won't be able to come, where school will have opinions on how often they're there. So let's do it for now.
Yeah, yeah.
And right now it's working great.
Tell me about Olivia. Who is she?
My wife, Olivia, is the mother of my 2 children. She's an actor. Her name's Olivia Munn.
Is she famous?
She is famous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been married?
We've been married since the summer of 2023.
Oh, wow.
No, 24. What year is it now?
26.
Fantastic. Are you married?
I am married, yeah. I've been married for... What year is this?
2026.
Still?
Yeah. You were married in the summer of 24?
No, I was married in the summer of 2009.
Wow.
So I'm 16 years married. How long have you been doing stand-up?
Oh, let's say 2003, 2002.
Wow.
Yeah.
And have you changed much, do you reckon, as a performer?
I think I became a performer. I think I was a writer who did stand-up for the first 10 or so years. And I really like being on stage and being, you know, a song and dance man.
Meaning?
Meaning it's about the performance and not like, guess what? I have these very clever ideas and I'm going to read them without notes out of my mouth to you, yeah.
Is your wife giving you performance advice?
My wife has given me very good acting advice.
Really?
I act a little bit, occasionally, when people ask me. Whenever they ask me. In fact, I've never turned anything down. But she's given me very good advice, yeah.
And the advice has been?
Do less. You're doing too much. Stop indicating. She says it much. She said, you're very interesting. Just be still.
Every man watching is dreaming of a wife who says, do less to him.
No, my wife is a superior actor, and I'm very happy for her advice. But she just goes, you're interesting enough. Just be, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen like that.
Every reaction doesn't have to be... Yeah. I thought that was good, though.
Yeah, well, I was trained in kabuki.
What's your Irish connection?
Most recent families from Ballyhonus in County Mayo, probably early 20th century. My great-grandmother, Nora Jennings, came to the United States, to Boston, and married my grandfather, who I'm not positive, they might have been potato famine era, 1840s, my great-grandfather. On my father's side, I think it's pretty early 19th century Ireland to the east coast of the United States. But we know much more about my mother's side.
The Jennings from Ballyhonus?
Ballyhonus, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you know about them?
I know a lot about sort of her. She was walking down the road in Ballyhonus one day, and a priest was coming by in a carriage, and he said, Nora Jennings, you should kneel when the priest goes before you, and she said, I'll only bow before God. And then that was a big thing from her to the younger generations, is don't become enamored with the priests.
Yeah.
She came over, I think it was Boston proper, where she first worked as a maid in sort of a Protestant, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant house. They would have her come out to the dining room to show guests that she had nice teeth. They go, Nora's from Ireland, but she has very nice teeth, and she'd show them that she had nice teeth. Yeah, so America's always been super cool.
You've great teeth.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it. And then she married my great-grandfather, who became the mayor of Salem, Massachusetts, and then a congressman from Massachusetts. And so when she visited Ballyhonus in the 40s, it was a great to do that she was back, and she'd married what they called the Lord Mayor of Salem, and now a congressional representative. And when we went back in the late 90s, everyone remembered the party they had in the 40s. So there's not a lot going on there. Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you give up drink? Am I remembering that rightly?
I did, yeah. I've been sober. December 20th was 5 years.
Good man. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you stop drinking?
So I stopped drinking for the first time in 2005, and I had it was a lot more drugs, by the way. So I had a pretty bad relapse in the late 20-teens, and then went to 2 different rehab places in 2020, and have been sober ever since then.
What kind of drugs were you taking?
I was on cocaine, a lot of speed, Xanax, and some opioids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I'm really excited to be on the show.
Thank you.
I've seen almost every episode.
No, you haven't. There's no
Yeah, I
way.
really have. During COVID, I saw the Stephen Ray interview.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so incredible that I kind of went through every episode during the pandemic, and then got the RTE player and have watched it since. And
That's a real move.
that's a big commitment. You know, you hesitate before you download the player, but
For sure.
it's worth it. It's worth it. Not the best app, but it is the only way sometimes.
Yeah. There's a Soviet vibe to it.
Yeah.
The drugs thing, when you were in, was therapy a big part of the rehab thing? Like, trying to understand why you took drugs?
In the treatment that really made a difference, no. Yes, obviously, that all of that informed staying sober later. What are some patterns in my life, and what are things and behaviors I fall into, or ways that I behave that then build up enough stress where I was resorting to that. But the act, I mean, strange as it seems, just the immediacy of this, you can't do this anymore, and some primal thing of we're doing something we know is killing us, and that overriding the desire to do drugs. That was kind of the immediacy of the problem was what solved the problem in the short term, and then things like therapy in the long term obviously have helped with sobriety. But it wasn't like unearthing some memory of why I first felt that I needed drugs to feel better. It was kind of just looking at it as, for whatever reason, this is part of me, you know. And so know that it's there and respect it. Treat it with a lot of respect, but don't let it into the room.
How much of it was about fun?
Less in my mid to late 30s. It was very much about keeping it under wraps, using a lot of, uppers to get through what I was doing, and using a lot of other drugs to then come down from those. It became a lot about like maintenance and the appearance of not being on drugs versus some, I don't know, more exciting entertainment industry bacchanal.
How many of them were legal?
Oh, that's a good question. With prescription?
Yeah.
3 or 4. And then I would sort of run out of the legal and then relapse into cocaine and things like that. Yeah. Did you, are you a sober person?
Most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I stopped for 8 years. Mm-hmm. And then my wife asked me to start drinking again.
That's really nice.
I swear to God, we were on holiday. I hadn't been drinking for 8 years. And I think the fact that we were on holiday and I was still the miserable fucker that had been at home.
Yeah.
And she's a psychotherapist. And she just said...
Did she take you out on a veranda? Was it like a proposal?
No, it was on the verge of anger and tears, and she just said, please start drinking. I think the only question I asked was, "Are you sure?" And she went, "Yeah." So I started drinking that night, and that was about 10 years ago.
That's great.
Isn't that lovely?
What a lovely story. You very rarely hear these. Please, my darlings, start drinking. In 10 years of moderation and success.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. Did you notice anything with coming off stage and your wife and 2 children are there on the bus? Or coming off stage and will we have a drink in the bar? Will we, like, what's the or whatever the thing was, how to come down?
Yeah, I mean, it's like going into a different gear that's equally, I'm hyper present on stage. And then when my 18-month-old very much wants to eat a latex glove, I'm hyper present, but in a different way. And I find that gear shift really nice. So it's not pretending, it's not immediately going, that was fake and this is real. Some people try to do that with their career. Like, well, the family, that's real and this is fake. And I think that creates a weird split in people. Both are real, both are a different type of excitement, and both have an incredible amount of immediacy, stand-up and toddlers. But I like that I'm still in a high gear doing something else. Yeah,
and also you're not a star.
Oh, to my kids I am, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, imagine. Imagine being that little and I walk in.
The legend.
Yeah, how exciting that is.
Does your wife announce you? Kids, please.
No, but you know, my daughter has occasionally clapped when I walk in the room, which is very nice. But she's also just learning her hands. My son's a big Elvis fan, and I took him to Graceland. And he also came to the show that night. I was performing at the soundstage at Graceland. They have a big theater there.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was asking me, he's always been confused on what the show is.
Yeah.
And because I always say I'm going to do the show. What the show is he part of the show? My son Malcolm wants to know. And shouldn't the show be me and him together, with the intimation that that would be better? And then he saw the show at Graceland after, you know, lots of Elvis stuff, and he said, "It's so long." Dad, it's so long.
Oh, he'd make a great reviewer.
Yeah. He works at Chortle now. Yeah.
John Mulaney, it's so long.
It was so long. He was out there for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing like Elvis, really long. Wow. And what was interesting was my son asked to meet Elvis. And I said, "You can't." And but not like you don't have permission. And I said, and I had realized that we've been listening to Elvis songs, and we watched the '68 special, and we watched a Vegas special. But I had not explained to him that Elvis was not with us anymore. And I also thought, I think I said Elvis is in heaven, and he said, "Why?" And I assume he's in heaven. You don't go to hell for pills, right? Hopefully. I hope. But it wasn't the first time he learned about death, but I thought, this is the first time I've described a person dying to him. I didn't describe the death, excuse me. I said, this person that we've talked about is not here, they're in heaven. And and then they have his grave there too. Yeah, so you can show your kid that.
When you talked about heaven, why did you do that? Why did you mention heaven to him?
He's 4. I want him to think that. Well, I'm starting to smile, but I'm being totally. I mean this genuinely. I want him to think there's a heaven.
Why?
In case something happens to his mom or I. He can find out other things later.
Do you remember thinking that? Do you remember thinking?
Yeah. And I want him to know Elvis. No, sorry to joke. I do want him to think that, yeah.
The alternative being? The
alternative being something I would have thought that when I was 4. So I like that idea for him. Thoughts?
It sounds beautiful. I can.
Okay.
But the reason is clear.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it, but yeah, wow. Was Catholicism a big thing growing up for you?
Very much so, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So we were church every Sunday, all the sacraments. You know, a pretty liberal Chicago City parish, but yeah, pretty devout in a way that maybe not every other kid was in the 90s too. Just serious about it. It was taken seriously in my family.
Yeah.
Latin Mass as well, things like that.
And the benefits of that were what, do you think?
It's a great question. I'm not positive. It added stakes to life. There's sort of two extremes, you know? Now, are these benefits or are these just what happened? But I also was not, I was not scared by it. So there was plenty of things I thought, that seems like good advice. That's not real. That seems like good advice. Oh, I don't think that's a thing.
Mm. Can you remember the last time you were at confession?
No, I don't remember it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you get married in a Catholic church?
No.
Is your wife Catholic?
No.
You can come in. This is the new secular Ireland. These are the new questions they ask.
Oh, yeah. Is this to get an Irish passport?
Yeah.
I would love one, by the way. If anyone can help with that.
You must be entitled to one, are you?
No, because now my mother could have gotten it because of Nora Jennings. Had she gotten it before I was born, I would have been able to get it.
Right.
My uncle Neil has one, and his kids do as well, but I do not.
All right.
Yeah. But I assume there's enough chat shows, stand-up shows. I'd cut a ribbon at something. Let's talk. I'm really available for a lot of things.
When are you performing here?
Oh, so I'll be at the Olympia in April.
Great.
And yeah, love it there.
Exciting to meet you, John.
Really nice to meet you, Tommy.
And thank you.
And really flattered to be on the show. Thanks to everyone here for having me because I've really enjoyed it. Hey,
thanks, John.
This was great. Thanks, Tommy.